So welcome to 1 Million Cups. So I'm going to kind of take you through a bunch of information about here, our Seattle 1 Million Cups, as we go through. So here is our link tree. It will be shared in the chat. So please click on that. It's going to tell you, it's going to give you the Zoom meeting link. You can sign up for our emails. So you can be contacted about some really fun and exciting events that are coming up. You can watch replays and connect on social. So what we are about, we're about sharing ideas. We're offering help, asking for help, building community. We're really here to be a place where entrepreneurs can connect with one another and really share how to grow and experiences. So the differentiators, we are presentations, not pitches. And that's the biggest differentiator here at 1 Million Cups. So we're really about making those connections, not necessarily networking, not necessarily pitching your company, but really coming here to support other entrepreneurs. And it's for the community, by the community. We are all volunteers. I will show you a wonderful slide of pictures of all the wonderful volunteers that help us out. And we are radically and intentionally inclusive. So 1 Million Cups is actually a national organization. If you didn't know, there's 134 communities. We all meet on Wednesday mornings at about 9 o'clock. And it's a really neat to think that all over the country, this is happening all morning long. And for some of us, like our presenter today, she's already probably done her 1 Million Cups in her time zone. And that's also super fun. You can jump around the time zones and do more than 1 Million Cups in a morning. There we go. So this is a very exciting thing that we have to announce. Save the date, February 16th, which is the Wednesday. We are doing an in-person event. It's going to be at the Expansive in Pioneer Square, and you see all the information right there. There's limited capacity. Please RSVP if you want to join us that day, but we get to see each other in person after a long, long time of not doing so. So please join us. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, I told you, these are our wonderful volunteers. If you are interested in supporting this community and want to be part of the volunteer community that does this, please let us know. We are always interested. The volunteers cycle through, so they typically are in here for about 1 year to 2 years. And so we are always looking for new people to help us with this community. So, all right, ways to get involved, volunteer. Anything. I mean, if you like, I don't know, posting on social media, that works. If you are somebody who can help us out with the chat monitor and make sure that like everybody is getting the information that they need as we go along, that's also something. There's lots of different things to help with. Please let us know. Okay, what to expect today is coffee and conversation. So 6 minutes of an education, of a presentation from an entrepreneur, and then 20 minutes of Q&A. So is that the last one? Oh no, okay, here we go. So we're all distracted people. So if you can, please, for 6 minutes, put down the distractions and just listen. And also, as you're listening, think about what questions do you have and what do you want to learn more about. So when we are done with the presentation, thoughtful feedback, commentary on the presentation itself. So if you have feedback about the presentation, what you liked, maybe what you wish would have also been in there, or questions you have, that's exactly what is great feedback for the presenter. And as we say, it's really great not to should on somebody. And so what we do is we say, hey, have you thought about this? Or what about this? Or have you done this? Instead of saying, you should think about blah, blah, blah. So think about that. And I think that's it. Is that it? Nope. Okay. Lastly, if you have not presented here, we would love to hear from you. So 5 years or less in business, or if you have pivoted in a significant way in the last 5 years, we would love for you to come and present. So All you need to do, head over to 1millioncups.com, Seattle, and fill out the little application. Super easy. If you actually want some coaching, we can coach you before. We can give you feedback on your presentation. We can help you with the presentation. It doesn't matter what phase you are in the entrepreneurial. If you're just have an idea and you're trying to figure it out, we would love to help you. Or if you're very established and you're in a different place, we would love to help you also. All right. And then ways to get involved. Again, I talked about volunteering. Come join us. And Linktree. Did I skip the thing? I think I skipped. I did. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna stop sharing because I somehow missed the slide that was most important, but
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
All right, Michelle. Michelle's going to come talk to us today. I'm going to let you tell us about yourself, and you have 6 minutes. You can share your screen, or you should be able to. If you're not seeing that, let me know.
I think it might be disabled right now.
Okay, let's try it again, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Do a full screen. Move these over. Hi, everyone. My name is michelle.maryns, and I'm the founder and CEO of We Sparkle. We help small business owners save time and increase their sales via a suite of really easy to use software tools. The reason why we're so passionate about helping small business owners is because they make up over 99% of all businesses in the US. Plus, my own mom was a small business owner. And in fact, of those small business owners, about 73% of them are solopreneurs. So they're people like my mom and others who are just doing everything on their own, wearing many different hats and trying to accomplish a lot to grow their business. Prior to starting We Sparkle, I worked with thousands of solopreneurs, small business owners like my mom through an organization called MEDA. It's a nonprofit community development financial institution that was named the top minority business development agency in the country for 4 years in a row by the US Department of Commerce. And through my work at MEDA, that's how I met Sabrina. She is the proud owner of SJC Body Love, where she sells all natural body products, teaches classes on how to create your own all natural body products like lotions, and she also coaches clients one-on-one on how to build a self-care routine. And when I met Sabrina, she was wasting about 68% of her time just on tedious, repetitive administrative tasks. So things like scheduling appointments, rescheduling appointments, or answering the same questions over and over again from her customers. She really wanted to expand her business. She was doing this as a 5 to 9 side hustle, but her dream was to turn this 5 to 9 into her 9 to 5 full-time job. And Sabrina's not alone. There are about 44 million solopreneurs in the US and 99 million globally. And this number is continually going on the rise. In fact, last year in the US alone, there was a record-breaking 5.4 million new businesses created in 2021. That's why We Sparkle created some very easy to use tools to help people get started with their business. First of all, there's Sparkle site. So as you're seeing here, Sabrina can use Sparkle site to display her all natural body products, and then customers can add them to the cart and purchase them. They can also schedule pickups, and she can share all of her links similar to Linktree on this simple site. Then there's the scheduler. This is where people can book appointments with Sabrina if they want to do classes, if they want to do one-on-one sessions, and they can pay for those sessions right here on her Sparkle site. There's also the ability for the automatic reviews to be sent to her customers after the class to get their ratings. And then lastly, there's Sparkle Assistant. This essentially text messages with Sabrina's customers to answer frequently asked questions, like you're seeing here, such as, where are you located? What are your prices? What's your cancellation policy? Kind of those questions that she gets pretty often. It works over SMS text message, or also as on her Facebook page, a Facebook Messenger, or as a chat on her website. We have a software as a service business model in which we charge a monthly or annual subscription fee to use our tools. The site is free forever, so that's $0 a month. So you can use that to share all of your links, your content, display your products that you have for sale that people can then purchase. And it also includes the ability for people to download any freebies or lead magnets you have. So let's say you have, top 10 tips on how to build a self-care routine. You can place that on your Sparkle site. People put in their email address to download those tips, and then you get the email so that you can follow up with that lead and see if they're interested in a class or a workshop. The scheduler is $29 a month. That includes everything on the Sparkle site, but it also includes the ability to create different appointment types, whether that's one-on-one sessions, classes. You can charge for them, including voluntary contributions, and it does that automatic request of reviews from your customers after the appointment's over. And then lastly, the assistant is $49 a month. That includes everything in the site and the scheduler. But it has that assistant that can answer questions over text message, your Facebook business page, or as a chat on your website. It can also automatically upsell your products and services during the booking process. So if someone buys maybe some body butters from Sabrina, it can upsell them the opportunity to work with her one-on-one. We also have enterprise level clients. So these are economic development organizations, entrepreneurial support organizations who work to support small business owners. So sometimes they hold workshops, events where if you have a business idea, you can come in and they give you advice about how to start your business, how to write a business plan, for example. We partner with them to offer these tools to new business owners so that they can get up and running as quickly as possible. And we've heard lots of great feedback from our customers so far. Our customers report saving between 1 to 5 hours a week in time right now. And then you see here, Andrea, she is a business coach. She puts the Sparkle site link in her email signature. And the very first week that she did that, she got 4 new customers. And lastly, Sabrina, we're really excited to say that she, after using the tool, has successfully turned her 5 to 9 side hustle into her 9 to 5 full-time job. So we ask you to please join us. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. We look forward to your questions, to your feedback. Feel free to make a free Sparkle site at wesparkle.co and tell others about it. And if you have any questions, if you know of potential partners, economic development organizations that might be interested in working with us, or people who might be interested in investing, please email us at info@wesparkle.co. Or you can also email me directly, michelle@wesparkle.co. Thank you so much for letting your light shine and helping others to shine so that together we sparkle.
Thank you, Michelle. That was excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I have to just first say that presentation I saw in the comments, I totally agree, is beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. So if you have a question, please raise your hand and I will go through and call on you. And otherwise, let's see here. So I have Matthew first, and you can go.
Cool, awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm curious about what went into the process of deciding your business model and how you decided to structure it in that sort of 3-tier model. What informed the decision making to decide that that was the business model you were going to take?
Yeah, we're still thinking through it. I mean, we're a pretty early stage startup, so we definitely welcome feedback and ideas. I think we basically talked to a lot of customers or potential customers to see what they would be comfortable paying in order to use these tools. And we decided to have 3 tiers because we're sort of growing with the entrepreneurs. So a lot of times someone will have a business idea and they want to get up and running. They don't necessarily want to buy a domain because maybe they haven't even figured out the name or the product yet. They're sort of testing things out. So the Sparkle site is just really easy to get up and running. There's kind of no cost for them to get that started. We do charge a transaction fee for any products or services that are purchased through our platform. So it does help us to kind of cover our costs in that sense. The scheduler, as they are growing their business, they start to get more meetings and maybe want to host classes or kind of manage their time a little bit better. And so that's when that sort of kicks in. And then the assistant is, kind of at the point where you've grown so much, you're getting so many questions that even managing your own schedule is becoming a lot. And so having that digital assistant can really help alleviate some of that workload for you. And so we're trying to kind of up the tiers as the solopreneur grows their venture, as they grow their business, and kind of grow with them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Leif.
That's me. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for the presentation. I think this is a really cool tool that you and your team are developing. I like that it's super focused on solopreneurs. Like, this isn't for everyone. Like, a lot of people have tools for everyone. This is for it's kind of, I think in the chat, I forgot who said it, but like, it's kind of like Acuity Plus takes over your link tree, and like, it's just the one thing. It's very cool. My question for you is, what are your current challenges? Sounds like you have a really great thing going on here. What's something that we can help you with?
Yeah, so I think a couple of things. We are raising our first round of financing. I'm a first-time founder, and this is our first rodeo, and so I'm excited that we're almost done with that. So we are closing in on it, which is really exciting. But if you do know of anyone who might want to join the round, definitely pass them along. And I think if you know of any partners, entrepreneurial support organizations, most cities have economic development agencies, SCORE, SBA kind of chapter there. We'd love to partner with them. Our goal is to just get these tools in the hands of people who need them, which is why we offer the Sparkle site for free. But we can even arrange partnerships with people where it's at a reduced cost, or if they buy it in bulk and then distribute it to the business owners in their network, we're happy to work with them to get these tools in the hands of people who need them. And then, just starting a free Sparkle site, or sharing it with someone who maybe is really talented at a certain skill, or maybe creates a really great product and has always thought about starting a business or a side hustle, but hasn't taken the leap. Melissa here is on our Zoom. She's our head of community, and she's amazing at getting people onboarded and getting their questions answered, just getting up and running. It's really neat to see some of the businesses that have started using it. People who are like really good at making cupcakes, starting to use it, or maybe they're an expert and they want to start consulting, and this is the way they get going.
Wonderful. Great. Thanks. I have another question for you, but I'll save it for after everyone else goes.
Thanks, Leif. Tiara.
Yes, thank you. Amazing presentation, Michelle. I already knew it was going to be good. My question is about the partnership. So what is your goal there exactly?
Yeah, our goal is, obviously getting solopreneurs one by one can be challenging. All of our growth so far has just been through word of mouth and, our connections. Melissa does an amazing job with our social media and posting and trying to drive traffic to our site and get people engaged. But I think with the partnerships, we have the potential of reaching more people at once. So we've already done a lot of partnerships with economic development agencies based here in Minnesota, and some of them do have branches in other cities. And we found that's a really effective way to get more people on at a time. So, we'll get 20 to 100 kind of, companies signing up. And so I think that's really our goal, is to partner with them to get these tools out to the members, the business owners in their network.
Yes, perfect. So kind of what we were talking about with my company, I just thought of about four different organizations. So I'll email you.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Tiara. Amanda.
Hey, I haven't been around for a little while. Hi, everyone in hometown Minnesota. What's up? Great to see you. Thank you for the presentation. My question evolves around integrations and how this might work within lead nurturing softwares and all the stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. So right now we have integrations built in with Zoom. We're an official app in the Zoom marketplace, Google Calendar, Microsoft Outlook Calendar, so and Facebook. But one of our other team members, that's his specialty, our integration. So that's what we're looking at this year, is how do we build out more integrations? Lead nurturing type of tools and things like that. We can, of course, embed our tools on, if you have a business website, some people do, embed the scheduler on there, embed the chat, the assistant on there. But we're looking more and more into different integrations that we can do. We do have a very lightweight CRM, contact relationship management tool, customer relationship management tool. So it is keeping track of, people booking with you, people downloading your freebie or your lead magnets. And then you can actually mass text those contacts or mass email them from our platform. So you can be, communicating with them and keeping track of those things. But we are looking at integrations with maybe more robust, more filled out type of CRMs.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I actually have a question about, so are you developing these tools or somebody else developing these tools, and how has that relationship been for you?
Yeah, so I'm self-taught. I know enough to build out the MVP. So I built out the MVP, but we actually have our CTO. I brought him on board. We've known each other for 9 years now. We used to both lead the digital team at the American Academy of Neurology, which is the world's largest professional association of neurologists. And so we built out tons of websites, apps, you name it. We probably built it through there. And so I brought him on board in 2020, and he's really helped to refine and improve it. And then we have another team member who's really strong on the front end, who's been able to help us kind of take it even further, because he's stronger on the back end than on the front end. And so she's really helped us to kind of add a more polished layer to it.
Love that. All right, Leif's got another question.
Hi, Michelle. And I'm just always full of questions. My other one, I'm trying to learn too, is, so you got this product that's kind of relatively new. You got a lot of new users. What always comes with that is feature requests. So what is your strategy for making sure that your software doesn't become like Facebook? It just has everything under the planet, and it does everything, and it is everything now. What is your North Star in that regard? I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, so we're constantly listening to our customers, observing what would be helpful for them. And I think what we do is, Melissa and I meet often, and we're listening to our customers. We're kind of keeping track how many requests we get for a certain thing. If it's a pattern and a lot of people are requesting it, then it moves up in priority. So we do 2-week sprints, and we do priority planning every 2 weeks, and we decide, okay, this is what we're hearing people really need help with. Of course, if it's just a bug or something, we'll fix it right away. But if it's more of a long-term type of feature request, and for us, I think, we really need to focus, because we've heard, oh, I could use this for that and that. And, we have tried to build it in such a way that it is easy for a lot of different types of businesses to customize it. But, we're starting with solopreneurs. We aren't necessarily going to enterprise level, because that's like a whole other feature set. And I think I really try to boil down to, what are the nuts and bolts? What are the things that you really need to get your business started? And I think if we add too many things, that feels overwhelming, and then people just shut down. I have people, so before I started WeSparkle, I did a lot of consulting and building websites and apps for people. And, even website builders like Wix and Squarespace, which, are really easy to use, people sometimes feel overwhelmed and would hire me to build their, Squarespace site. So I think if you actually have less features, it makes it easier for people to get started.
Agreed. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we can see that with Squarespace in itself. Even Squarespace as a UI is really confusing as the first time logging in. You're like, why is there so much black and white?
Yeah, definitely.
I got another question. Can I ask it?
Yeah, sure. Yes, please.
All right, so we have time. I just want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last question is, you have all these partners. A lot of them are economic development and so on. How did you initiate those relationships, and how did you grow those?
Yeah, so I mentioned I used to be the chief of strategic initiatives at META, which is an economic development agency. And actually, when I was there, we were doing some really innovative things. I was building out an IT platform for them there. And A lot of the other economic development agencies in Minnesota and then across the country were really interested. And so they collaborated with us on it. And so I've done a lot of speaking with these different economic development agencies. So they've kind of known me, and it sort of happened organically. I wasn't specifically targeting partnering with them, but they kind of followed what I was doing. They're like, hey, we could use these tools. Then we don't have to build it ourselves, or we don't have to force the entrepreneur to try and figure out, what to do. So it just happened organically, but I really do like working with economic development agencies. I think just from my experience working there, I understand a lot of the needs that they have.
Got it. Very helpful. Thank you.
Great question. Any other questions?
Jesse's got his hand.
Yep, Jesse, you go. Thank you.
Yeah, no, not my fault. My hand always gets blurred into my background. It's damn technology. The M&Ms, we got to just get rid of them. But Michelle, thank you. A few questions, and it kind of comes back on what the group was mentioning, is that there is a neat feature of yours is that you have simplicity. Lots of powerful tools out there that give you a lot of bells and whistles that can do so much, and especially with solopreneurs, and that's maybe the market that you're engaging with, need that just a little bit of tool to start simple. But devil's advocate, and I'm curious in the mindset, is that obviously the back end, especially with the bot technology, which I assume you're using, can be very costly. Was the thinking into building the price point? Because looking at the price plan, it puts you in tier with a lot of products out there that give you a lot of tools for the same price point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we've been able to build the bot pretty in an affordable way, and pass that savings on to our customers. And I'm sort of building for the future and hoping to prepare business owners for the future. I think we are moving toward a more deviceless, screenless internet of things. I know we've all been staring at screens for 2 years now, for way more than we want to. But right now, obviously the default, everyone's like, oh, I want to start a business, I need to create a website. But that might not be the case in the future. And yes, we offer the site now, but we're hoping that we'll be able to transition those users to the future of when you just are like, oh, I need to make an appointment, I can just say it. Or, we use text message because there's a lot of advantages with that. And I don't think voice is quite there yet. Like, I've seen how frustrated my dad gets because Siri does not understand him. But, eventually, being able to do that, I think can have a lot of benefits for entrepreneurs, especially when you're thinking globally or worldwide. Being able to text message someone is a lot more accessible than, some places don't have a desktop or a laptop computer. Even here in the US, a lot of our users, one of our subscribers in particular, her customers don't have desktop or laptop computers. So being able to just text message to schedule an appointment, like, they use that a lot, pretty heavily.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And follow-up question and curiosity on feature requests. Are you using a certain platform, and what has your experience been with that platform?
Yeah, so we're evaluating some different ones. We finally decided on a CRM. We were kind of playing around with a lot of different ones. But the CRM we chose, they do offer, we've been using it more for like support tickets, customer support tickets, but it offers the ability to showcase a community where people can,
Upvote and downvote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
great feature.
we're working on that. Melissa and I have actually been working on the content for that for a lot right now. And so we plan to roll that out this year so that people can do that. But for now, it's just Melissa and I kind of keeping track in like a spreadsheet.
Good on you. That's a key feature a lot of spaces in your startups miss because of their audience. Obviously, everyone wants this and that, but keeping track and letting folks see that without coming back and constantly sending you text, hey, I want this, they can just go into it and say, oh, somebody already has that. The key thing is it's searchable for folks that can go in and look for it so that they don't repeat that to save the workload on yourself. So
exactly.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah. And Melissa
Michelle,
will be that to me. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you, what CRM did you land on that has that? Because I'm in the market for that, and I was do I like Google form it and like try to do it that way? So I'm like curious, like which one did you go with?
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out. I know the big ones like HubSpot, people use a lot, but I actually HubSpot is great, like in the first year or so, it's
Mhm.
pretty cheap. But
They
then
reel
it
you
does
in.
get pretty expensive. And
Mhm.
so we actually use Zoho CRM. And so Zoho Desk is so Zoho One
Mhm.
is kind of the suite of all their apps. And
Mhm.
one of the apps is called Zoho Desk. And
Mhm.
you can do support tickets, and then you can create a community that allows you to, for people to put in feature requests and things like that.
Cool. Okay. I may have to
Good
talk
luck
to you
with
offline,
Zoho.
I
Michelle.
know Zoho, I mean,
That's a beast.
they're all kind of clunky. It was a hard decision, but for us, we thought, well, it has all of the things that we need. It's affordable, but it is when you're first starting out and learning to use the tool, like even Melissa and I are struggling right now, like, wait, where is this? And kind of talking about feature gluttony. I mean, it's just there's so much that like sifting through it and figure out where they place things is sometimes confusing.
Interesting. Thank you. Thanks, Jesse, for your question. Let's see here. Anybody else? Otherwise, I'm going to.
Yes.
Okay.
I just thought about texting. So I did an event yesterday and the day before, and to get the giveaway, I had them text my business number with certain info. And I had to manually, it was horrible. Is there a solution with the assistant for something like that? Say they text their first and last name for the giveaway, and then I can have an automatic response that goes out to them?
Yeah, so how I'd hand it with the way our platform currently works is, yes, you do get a Sparkle number, a business phone number that's dedicated, because I also have seen that with solopreneurs is they're using their own personal cell phone number and giving that out to strangers, which is not a great policy. So you do get your own business number, and because you can customize those FAQs, you could create an FAQ that was like, how do I enter or something like that. And then they could reply with their name, and then you could gather the information that way. So that's probably how I would handle that, the way it currently exists. But I'd have to think about, whether there are other applications around that.
Oh, that is amazing. So I have a business number, and I think I asked you this. Can I transfer that to eSparkle, or would it be a new number?
So I think technically we could, but we would have to talk with your carrier about that. We haven't done that yet. But yeah, I looked it up once because we had someone kind of more of an enterprise level client that wanted to do that. And so it is possible. We'd basically have to talk to your carrier and transfer the number over.
And last question, is it a VoIP number? Is it voice over internet or?
Yes, right now though, we're limiting, so you can have it go to your cell phone. You can, send text from it, but we aren't letting you kind of call from it, because right now, like I think we'd have to do metered billing basically, because, some people could be on the phone for like a really long time. So I don't know. We haven't built out the VoIP part of it. So it's not in the sense that you can log into the platform right now and make calls from it. But that's something that is definitely on our radar of something that we might want to build out in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else's hand that mixes in with their background and I cannot see? I'm so sorry, Tira and Jesse. Anybody else?
No, thank you, Jolene. I don't see anyone else.
Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. I'm going to pop my screen up one more time and go into slideshow. There we go. Okay. So our last question to you is, what can the 1 million cups here in Seattle do for you? Michelle.
I think the biggest thing is creating a free Sparkle site, or letting someone create one, especially if they have Instagram and they don't have a link in their bio. I think that's the easiest thing to do. But of course, emailing us to any partners. I know Matthew just sent me a message about some potential partners, so always appreciate that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. That was amazing. Because I've already gone through those things, I will not bore you with the same thing, but let me talk about next week. because we have BCC Business Counseling going to be present. And I think, okay, now what we typically do here is we do breakout rooms, and we do 2 to 3 people. Turn on your video, please, so interacting is easier. And you can continue with the conversation. You can meet some new people, which there are fabulous people on this call today, guys. This is like the A team, so stick around to chat with one another. And now Dan, I think, is gonna break you out into rooms.
We're gonna pop you into rooms. If there's any problems, I'll be on the main room. You can just pop back in and we'll take care of it. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Michelle.